Hello everybody, this is David, the Georgia photographer, and I got a couple of things that I want to show you right here. This is David with Georgia Photog, and this is A-Bomb.
What's up?
And I've got my cameo with him now. Thank you for meeting me, dude. I appreciate it.
Well, thank you for coming, man.
Yeah, dude, this is awesome.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Revelation time, changing the channel name to the Georgia Photographer. The Georgia Photog, whew, that's some bright sun right there. Is just too hard to convey in crowds, I learned just now. The channel name just really doesn't roll off the tongue as the Georgia Photog. I mean, I was talking to A7ii yesterday and he had trouble understanding what I meant with it. So that was a pretty sure sign I was going to change the name of the channel. And it's not going to be a heavy change. I'm just adding ER at the end. But it was really good to meet Adam and to go to his meet and greet in Chattanooga. That was really interesting. I'd never met other YouTubers before. I've always been alone in this world, you might say, except with you guys. It was kind of neat to meet them. I met him and the gentleman from Welding Tips and Tricks. You can search his channel too. He was there. He was a really friendly fella. He's all about welding and he could weld really well. I'm like pretty mediocre at welding. I never spent enough time studying it well enough to get good at it. Anyway, it was a really good evening to meet him. Then I went and ate dinner with the wife, and then I came back home. So what I want to do today is go over the 85mm F1.8D series lens. This lens is screw drive focus, so it's a little noisier than silent wave motors. I don't know if you can pick it up. It's mechanical noise where it's driving that screw assembly back and forth to focus. That doesn't bother me personally. I mean, some people worry about that noise, and if you were shooting in a quiet church ceremony or something, you would want it to be silent. So, you know, it would probably behoove you to get the silent wave motor. But for general portraiture, studio portraits, senior portraits outdoors, anything like that, it's of no consequence. And the lens is a fraction of the cost of the brand new G series lens, 85mm 1.8D. This lens was like $300 shipped to my door on eBay. It's well constructed. It's got a huge front element, of course, because it's a 1.8 lens. So it actually came with a UV filter from the fella I bought it from on eBay. The whole thing about it works great. As the pictures are being interspersed through the video here, you'll see I used it on a rock climbing trip and then at a summer camp where my daughter attends a singing camp where they learn to sing Sacred Heart music. I got a bunch of shots during the singings and during the lectures, and I got a bunch of shots out at the rock climbing wall. I was experimenting with my flash outside because they were climbing a bunch of overhang. Long story short, it works really well. More often than not, I would get good focus on the eye, even 15, 20 feet away. I was surprised at how well it worked. It actually is a really good lens. People might bash it because it's D series. Now, bear in mind, this won't work on D3300s or D3000 families and D5000 families of digital cameras because they don't have the focus motor in the camera body. The 7000s have it, and all of the full frame contemporary cameras that I know of have it. I don't know about the D610s and them, but once you get into the larger form factor camera bodies, they typically have that focus motor installed in it to drive the D series lenses. The lens works great. It does detect this lens in Lightroom and it will apply the lens correction. With that, I really think this is a great lens and I could recommend this lens easily. Now, I shot most of my images at f1.8, basically because you don't buy an f1.8 lens and then shoot it at f8. If you're going to do that, you get the f2.8 or the f4 because they're much smaller, more compact, lighter weight, and they both have the same aperture at the end of the day. You buy this glass because you want the low light capabilities and you want the super shallow depth of field. I honestly didn't see the value between the f1.8 and the f1.4, which is only 2/3 of a stop faster. If you're going to be shooting portraits professionally, the f1.4 has really, really beautiful background blur, and it would probably pay for itself. But that lens is expensive. And if you're just wanting to shoot some portraits, maybe do some family photos, you know, or shoot pictures of your friends' kids for them, and you just want the 85mm in your arsenal, I'd get the 1.8D and buy it second-handed. You know, if your camera body won't focus it, you can manually focus it. It'll work fine. I mean, I've got it in manual. See, if I throw this switch, I can manually focus it right here just fine. But at the end of the day, I can recommend this lens. From my real world experience with it, it works great. It is a prime lens, so you know you have to zoom with your feet. So be ready for that. As far as the lens itself goes, it works great, dude. Yeah, I can highly recommend this lens. And with that, this is David, the Georgia photographer, and I really appreciate you guys watching. If you like the video, hit that thumbs up. If you like my channel, give me a subscribe. I'd appreciate it. And with that, we'll talk to y'all later. Bye-bye. Look who we have. Who's come and taking over the porch.